Alrighty, it's time to finish this up. Let's get to it. We are going to put code in our Windows form in our view model, and we're going to correct a few small bugs. And there's a few things to finish up, but that's it. Let's get to it. Open up our main window. Let's plop a single layer, default layer in here. I guess it's kind of depressing that Windows App SDK followed UWP and doesn't support arbitrary clips, only supports rectangle clips, but we can use Win2D and we can use SVG directly. And I'm not really saying a lot, am I? We need to implement our I page. We need to have our one method out there, size refresh. So our page, so we have a method to call our page. So whenever in our main view, our main window needs to be an interface also. And we've already implemented it basically in the actual page, but this is how we actually convert, get the content, get the current loaded page, content frame, the frame.content, and cast it. And we're passing in the size of the parent window. And we've already declared the need refresh over here, the parent refresh or whatever, the refresh method over here. So we just need to put the interface up there, size refresh, and that tells it that we need to refresh. We're mainly worried about the width to get the content in the design page, to get the content item to resize. And also, of course, we call it internally when we click the different toggle buttons to close the panels and open the panels. And I did something over here that I found, and I cannot remember what it was. Hold on. That's what I did. I forgot to implement the child. That's horrible. Yeah, we need to do all our normals and vectors and stuff again. Oops. Sorry about that. It won't take but a few minutes, and we will be ready to test. So we need our new start index. If we have vertices, if the vertex length is greater than 1 actually, because we need at least 2 to get a normal. We'll get the last segment part. Now, of course, this is a little haphazard for a paranoid person, because we're saying that there will be a child there if there's a vertex there. And of course, if there's not a child there and there's a vertex there, that means we're already dead in the water. And this is our application. So we want it to crash. We want to hurt ourselves, so to speak, kind of get on our own nerves to make us go fix it. So we get our 2 vectors vectors. I don't know what a vector is. Our vectors, and we get our normal between our two vectors. That's the direction that the two vectors are pointing. If you want the opposite direction, then you would flip around 2, 0, and 2, 1. Our start index is going to be equal to our verticing length minus 1. That will be our new pass start index. We have our next. We're going to make it 100 long because I forgot to do this, so should do a distance thing, but that's okay. Make it the same length as the last path. But of course, in the end, we want to be actually able to click on the screen and add vertices and add paths, and not have to click the button that says new path and then just move it to where we want it. We want to actually be able to draw our lines on the screen. But as I've said before, we're working in straight isolation mode right now. And we'll use our add method from the array common. And we'll just add it. Add our two new vertices. So we have two methods. We have one there for if we have paths, and then we have another one there if we don't have paths as of yet. Yeah, we're almost there. Next up, I'll bring up the old application to show the functionality that we want in the new application. But if you got this far and you're interested in a vector graphics application, you're pretty much ready to go, except for clips. So we also need to remove the child. I just forgot all kinds of stuff over here. I'm horrible. So we need to get the actual start index because we're not just removing this item. We have to adjust all the other items in the list. So if we remove the first or the second path in the list, we have to adjust all items after that, all path items after that. It is easier than doing a face index thing, but it's also you have to think a little bit more. Now, comically, I'm going to actually turn the path bezier off, curve off, if it was a bezier, and let that adjust it down to just having two vertices. That's a cheat. And then we adjust for removal. We say whatever your start index was in -1 because this item is no longer in the path. We just removed it. And that is going to do it. Are we ready to test? It's a horribly basic thing. We're running. It has run. Yes, we have. Ah, there they are. Oh, my colors are red and red. And there are paths, and that's actually the context control down below it where it just says bezier. Okay. And I have a header in here where I should have a height. Where is it? Which one was it? I should have left it running until I found it. There it is. It's the list view. Okay, let's try this again. And there it fixed it. There are colors. You can't really see the stroke color. Okay, what's wrong there? It's not refreshing. Okay, we are missing a need to refresh from one of our properties. Overall, I'm actually pretty happy with it. So that would be thickness, wouldn't it, in the stroke colors? Yeah. All this little stuff. I'm just happy that it works. All right, I'm just checking to make sure I've done all this in the prototype. So we gotta check if our new stroke color is not equal, if our new value is not equal to our current stroke color. We don't want to update when we don't have to. And if it's not, then we need to refresh the parent. And on the fill color and on the thickness. Because we're changing, we have to redraw the whole thing. And there we go. Let's see how it works now. I didn't change the colors though. Need to change the color. Let's do 2 paths this time. So the stroke color and the fill color are still the same color, which is a bad idea. But there it works. There we go. They're both red. I guess we need to bind the expand it on the expanders. There we go. Curves are working. And one problem with curves in this world, you never see curves this way. We always see that the control point on each side of a vertex is what is considered a curve in most applications, but that's not the way it is, and that's not actually how they're defined. The control points are in between the 2 points. And that's not just Microsoft. That's actually the guy. I think I don't know if he's still alive. If he's not, he worked for Renault. Is that how you pronounce that car company? And he designed, his name is Bezier, and he designed the curve to get better curves for cars, for the Renault cars, or something like that. And that's where the control points, that's where all that comes from. So when you look at Inkscape and you see the vertex being the center of the curve of the 2 control points, it's wrong actually, but it's more friendly. It's what more people want, and we will do something like that. Hopefully, we'll actually at least add a smooth button, a button that we click and say smooth this out. I don't know if we'll actually have it locked in place. Okay, so if you got something out of this, like and subscribe. I think I'm about to do another video comparing this to the old version, show where I want to go with that. All glory be to God, and I will see you in the next video.